Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and for today we have something really exciting. Today we're going to talk about the DMX system, of course Reebok DMX system, in celebration of the newest release from Reebok Classics for 1999 retro of DMX Daytona. This is one of the biggest releases this year. I'm super excited about the DMX Daytona that it's coming up. One of the best creations, one of the most iconic creations of the late 90s. We're now gonna talk about this shoe, the Retro 2018 of the DMX Daytona, Reebok Daytona DMX. This is the newest retro coming up today, actually released today on Reebok.com of the first original colorway. And this is another one that is gonna be coming up later this year. This one is sample. This is not the same shoe to feature the DMX 10. This one features the third generation of DMX, which instead of 10 different pods of air, had three larger one in the forefoot and three smaller one on the heel with air transition bridge in the middle. And yeah, let's get closer, talk about the shoe. But before we move on, today where is 1993 vintage Reebok black top shirt and a Reebok Vector hat. So let's go and look at the shoe. All right, so I have had this specific 2018 Daytona retro sample for a while, maybe several months, but of course until the shoe actually released, I didn't have the right to go ahead and post videos or pictures or anything like that. Obviously, I don't want to spoil the surprise and this great release for everybody. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna leave my perfect sample here of the DMX 10 right next to it so we can talk about it real quick. But let's go over the shoe. Very accurate retro compared to the original one. We have the same synthetic mesh material on the upper. We have a reflective material around trimming here. Back in the day that was through 3M. I don't believe today 3M supplies for any of the manufacturers, but it's still reflective material. We have DMX branding right here on the toe. Tiny jeweled vector, one of the signature of touches of Reebok at late 90s. Again, we have DMX jeweled right here on the heel. Very soft midsole when you press on it, and we have this TPU bridge, which I'm gonna go to the midsole outsole in a second. We have kind of a sideways placed vertically Vector logo in the back, pull tab with transparent strap in the middle. You can see my finger through it actually. And this is the medial side of it. We have a combination, like I said, of these mesh material with synthetic leather and another yellow trim synthetic leather plus the reflective trim. On the tongue we have the same kind of style, jeweled Reebok and Vector logo, and we have this hidden lacing system that Reebok has used at the time for many other models. And of course we have another touch by Reebok which was popular at the time, putting the Vector right here on the toe lip. And I really like how the whole toe comes together. I think it was a great design touch by Christian. I think it was absolutely great at the time. Let me pull these laces real quick and show you the label. So this one is the neutral parchment and terrain gray and gold colorway. It's a mouthful by Reebok. Thank you guys. As always, size 9, and this one was produced in 2017 July, so almost a year ago this specific sample was produced. Let's move on to the inside. Really great to see that Reebok are actually placing the little graphic of how the DMX Generation 3 is engineered inside. You have the three smaller chambers in the heel, you have the air transmission bridge, and then you have the three larger chambers in the forefoot. And the best thing about this retro is the actual functioning DMX that you can feel, and I can actually hear when it's super quiet. I'm gonna try to film it real quick later. with a microphone close down to the ground, so maybe you can hear the transitioning of the air between the chambers. But absolutely, it's there. You can feel it. Feels like just like back in the old days. Let me pull the insole, which is typical Reebok performance insole. Nothing really, different here. And we have heel to toe moving cushioning, DMX right there. Obviously, the sample CR2 sample label right there, not for resale. And you can kind of see some of the DMX system right here protruding on the insole. So back in the day, the DMX system was combined between the one that you actually see here or the one that you actually see here, and there was another layer of air on the top side of the midsole, which is right here, and you can feel that as well, just like in the forefoot and on the heel. Unfortunately, the camera probably cannot pick it up very well, but you can see the little bump on the forefoot right there. You see that? And then some on the heel. So that's the actual DMX system visible here on the top side, right below the insole. Label real quick here. Let me see if the camera can focus on it. Again, size 9, produced in June 2017 to July 2017. So a year ago, these samples were produced. Luckily, I'm glad that Reebok were able to approve that for production, and we can see a slew of colorways from the original ones to a lot of color plus versions of this shoe. Trust me when I tell you, the price right now at Reebok.com is $125, and I think it's absolutely worth it. The comfort of this shoe is incredible. It's just like back in the old days, like I said. And here is the outsole, and you can see those hints of DMX right here and on the heel exposed. So very, very attractive outsole in my mind, with the DMX branding here on the TPU bridge. Very nice looking. I think Reebok and Christian Tresser did an absolutely great job with these ones, and the design is very, very nice and very different. Later on, he moved on to work on a lot of Nike models, as I mentioned before. A lot of them became a cultural phenomena, and people love him even today. But I think he did an outstanding job with Reebok as well. Not to mention that he created one of my all-time favorite shoes, the Reebok Aztrek, which is coming again later this year and over the next year, which it's absolutely incredible for me, because it's my very first Reebok runner I bought, and it still has a special place in my heart. So let me try to put these on feet, walk around with the microphone really close to the ground. Hopefully you guys are going to be able to hear the sound transitioning, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Great retro. Go ahead and grab yourself a pair of any colorway you might like from Reebok.com. They'll be coming in the next couple of months, towards the end of the year and next year, and they're going to be bringing a lot of other models. Some of them you're going to be really surprised about, but right now I can't talk about it. Anyway, again, Reebok Daytona DMX 2018 retro, great model. All right, let's go back to the sound now. All right, I'm gonna try to place the microphone as close as possible to the sneakers so you guys can hear the transitioning movement, but it's pretty audible when it's super quiet. One thing to mention right away, go through the size of these when you try to get them from Reebok.com. If you can't try them in stores, they're really true to size, as all the other pretty much lately released Reebok models. All right, so let's try the sound. Hopefully the camera and the microphone are picking up the sound that it's making when the air transitions from the forefoot to the heel. I can definitely hear it on both shoes, so hopefully you guys can hear it as well. Let's try that again. It really sounds like breathing. But yeah, this is the DMX functioning just like back in the old days. Feels like you're rocking on clouds. So yeah, that's about it. Let's go back into it. All right, so hopefully you guys were able to hear the sound transitioning from heel to forefoot. Clear indication the DMX is there. I can feel it. It feels exactly like back in the old days when you step on them and the air moves and transitions from the pods on the heel to the forefoot. Like I said, it's a little bit different setup in the Daytona, but the principle is the same, and it's incredible. Let's put it this way. Again, go ahead and grab yourself a pair. You're not gonna feel bad about it. You're not gonna regret it. Great comfort. Again, thank you for Reebok Classics bringing these amazing retros again to life. I'm super excited to see them again. And there will be a lot more coming very soon, guys. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Stay tuned to the channel. Until next time, guys, you have a wonderful day.